Hello. Oh, that was an epic stream. Nice to be a moderator in such a legendary group of people. Bannings were at a minimal, so it's all good. All right, well, I suppose I'm live. What's going on, Larry King? Welcome. Hello. Um, I have no plans. I just wanted to show up and find out what's going on with the world, with life. Now, I have a couple of things on my mind, but I'm always open to seeing what's going on in the community. Oh, Sing Along Bear just got done streaming. She had a really epic stream, and it was really good stuff. So, welcome, Johnny Avani. Nice to see you. Tower Bear, welcome. Nice to see you. Let's see who else. Yes. Question for Larry King: did you get to take your son home, and how is that going? Just double checking that. Yep, everybody can hear me. That's good. All right, so a couple of random topics I wanted to talk about. That's it's good news. Glad to hear it. Um, let's see here. So, hello, Holding Lantern Bear. Hello, Justin. Welcome, everybody. Looks like I still have quite a few people joining on YouTube. At least those of you on YouTube seem to be commenting more than the people on D Live. Feel free to comment as much as possible. Thank you, Bathory Bear. Um, I see the word battery and I can't help but think of the Greeks and the Romans, but probably has nothing to do with that at all. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I could read a random journal article. Oh, wait a second. This is an open access article distributed under the Creative Commons Attribution License, which permits unrestricted use. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So I could read a research article. Um, and we could go over that. And it's on a topic of just the thickest gravy. Let's just say um, like the thickness of this gravy is osmium, but it's fake osmium and therefore holographic, so not actually super thick. So, but it's an interesting research article. I could read for kicks and giggles just to see if I could pronounce all of the words without stumbling too much. It's a, it's a yeah. Let's see what's going on over here. Whoa, what's this? Ah. Um, so anyway, we could do that. We could also do some biblical stuff. As always, is a great thing to do. We could just do Bible. Um, there's an article that I was looking through today because this seems to be a topic that keeps on coming up. People talking about um, the continuance of obedience to God's law. It's a little bit of a riddle, itsy bitsy riddle. It's not a big riddle because it's actually not all that confusing, but people like to complicate things. It's just the nature of the world that we live in. Um, I could also break down a section of the Westminster Confession of Faith. So let's hear some votes in the hello Alair Bear 73, hello Fear, hello Nose Job, hello Agate. I think I already said Holding Lantern, welcome, hello. And just checking chat stuff. 5-week spiritual formation class next week. Really looking forward. Absolutely. Pray that the people that are studying with you are wise and mature in the faith. We could talk about the genitive of association in Galatians 5:22. These are just a handful of the things that I've been studying over the past couple of weeks. So, so what do you guys want? For the spirit stuff, um, Westminster Confession. We could continue to break down some of the end time eschatology stuff. We could do a random journal article on, here's the title, just so you know what to vote for, on non-commutative corrections of gravitational energy in teleparallel gravity by S.C. Ulloa and R.G.G. Amorim. Apparently it was a Brazilian, and the academic editor was Shinji Sujikawa. So we could do that article, which, you know, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of excited to read that article. Or we could break down what exactly it means in Zechariah 12:3, and we could read some commentaries on Zechariah 12:3 about all of the nations of the earth gathering against Jerusalem or Israel. The Zechariah 12:3, and we could read some commentaries on Zechariah 12:3. Yeah, eschatology. You spelled it great. It's fantastic. All right. It's no complicate things. Gravy tea. Gravity. Yeah. Exactly. Gravity. You get it. That one would be easy to break down. Nose job bear. It's so easy to complicate things. Oh, okay. All right. So any votes? There's like allegedly 20 people here. So, um, any votes, guys? One person said gravy tea, and then Larry King said eschatology. We can do a little bit of both. Here, I'll read the abstract, and then we'll move on if nobody likes it. This is the abstract of the gravitational energy and teleparallel gravity. We use the theory of teleparallelism, equivalent to general relativity, based on non-commutative spacetime coordinates. Coordinates, guys. It's important. In this context, we write the corrections of the Schwarzschild solution. We propose the existence of a Weizenbach spacetime that matches the corrected metric tensor. As an important result, we find the corrections of the gravitational energy in the realm of teleparallel gravity due to the non-commutativity of spacetime. Then we interpret such corrections as a manifestation of quantum theory in gravitational field. If that excites your interest, I will continue. I have a feeling it won't. Most people could care less. Actually, few people could care less. Yeah, few people could care less. Let's see here. Have to learn, grow, I'm open. Nice, Alair. It's a good attitude. David at D Live, what's up? What about causeth the worth to spread out? I don't. Oh, Earth to spread out. What causes the Earth to spread out? Speed out, spread out. Um, Nose job, welcome. Yeah, I already said welcome, but you're going to need your helmet. Okay. What causes the earth to spread out? Are you talking about when God presses his signet ring on the earth and he forces the earth out like a wax seal in the Bible? Is that what you mean by causing the earth to spread out? Um, if that excites your interest, please press 1. Thank you, Larry King. I like the little humor relief. We could address that. We could address that, David at D Live. Um, and also hello and welcome. Why is it not showing anybody with the whole what is it, F9? Oh no. What in the world? I don't even know what I just did. Your package will be delivered. That's good. Under the tent. I don't know what that means. It says human lift the veil and causeth the earth to spread out. I'm gonna need a verse on that one. Hey, thank you, Tower Bear. Welcome. Well, I'll just say thank you. I'm trying to reload this thing. That's how I can do it. Good, 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 good. It indicates an infinite plane. Yeah. I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the infinite plane. Mostly because I kind of reserve all the terminology of infinite with God Himself, rather than creation being infinite. I think that to attribute any infiniteness to creation in reality is possibly foolish. However, I obviously wouldn't put it past God. He's fully capable of being infinite himself. He's fully capable of creating something that is infinite. So it's whatever. Infinite is below him in a lot of ways. All right. The angels at the corners. Exactly. There seems to be certain constraints described throughout Scripture. So, but it might be both and. All right. So let's talk about some of these that we addressed the other night. We'll talk about some eschatology end times stuff. Should be, whoops, I didn't want to do that one. I would do that one. Okay. Um, okay. So, increase in knowledge. I discussed this one. So it was more 14 to 23 that I was like, these definitely have not happened. Um, signs in the heavens, Luke 21:11. And there will be great earthquakes, and in various places plagues and famines, and there will be terrors and great signs from heaven. So check this out. We have earthquakes, guys. It's obvious. And we allegedly have plagues like the Ebola. But on the other hand, we know that some of these are over dramatized, blown out of proportion, and in some cases, completely fabricated, allegedly. But what else does it say here? There will be terrors and great signs from heaven. So let's break it down. What verse was? Where was I? Luke 21:11. Oh wow, 2:11 as well. How about that? Something I looked up recently. Luke 2:11. All right. Fearful sights, great signs shall be there from heaven. Um, Wanted to break this down. I mean, being brought before the kings and rulers for my name's sake, it's just really not quite there, guys. It's just not quite there. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, let's look at pestilences, fearful sights. Yeah, as in you want to run away. You know this word. You're like, oh, I don't know this word. Phobitra, phobitron, phobia. You're familiar with the word, guys. Don't act. Don't don't be don't be fake humble. It's all good. When you know something, just say, yeah, I know about that. Um, Megas, isn't that cool? That we get our word mega from the Greek. Anyway, it's not that cool. It's fine. Um, Signs should be great signs. From Oranos. Let me look at this word a little better. Sky, vaulted expanse, the sky with all the visible things in it. Could be the universe, aerial heavens or the sky, region where the clouds gather, thunder and lightning are produced, sidereal and starry heavens, region above the sidereal heavens. Okay. So in general, just up there, up. Uranos is just the encompassing upness. Shemayim, yeah, it's the same word in Genesis 1. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim va'et haaretz tohu v'bohu v'hoshek al b'nei tehom. Um, in the beginning, God created the heavens. It's this word right here. Um, you didn't pronounce all those Hebrew words just right. I try. I try to do things like that just to get under people's skin. Sometimes he's a secret troll. Nah, sometimes I am, but it's not so secret if I say so, right? Um, and then these are verses that are related to this. Um, well, using the word, I guess when every time it uses the word heaven, right? Kingdom of heaven, kingdom of heaven, kingdom of heaven. Till heaven and earth pass away. Nah, one jot, one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, shall all be fulfilled. Speaking of the law, guys, speaking of the law. Yes, oh yeah, it's blocking. Yeah, it's Blue Letter Bible. I, I see that it's blocking a little bit there. But yeah, Blue Letter Bible. I really like the Blue Letter Bible website. I really like um, Knowing Jesus website that I told you guys about. I really like Carm. I really like the Webster's Dictionary of 1828, which I thought this was interesting. The Bible must be considered as the great source of all the truth by which men are to be guided in government as well as in all social transactions. I, I don't know everything about this Noah Webster guy, but when I read that quote, I was like, well, wow, this guy was kind of legendary. So, facts which were new to me were daily presenting themselves to me. The ecclesiastical establishments of Europe, which served to support tyrannical governance, are not the Christian religion, but abuses and corruptions of it. Education is useless without the Bible. The Bible was America's basic textbook in all fields. God's word contained in the Bible has furnished all necessary rules to direct our conduct. It's pretty legendary. This is some good quotes, guys. The moral principles and precepts contained in the scripture ought to form the basis of all our civil constitutions and laws. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'll move off of Webster. He's just a dude, but as far as I can tell, he's pretty legendary. Pretty legendary kind of guy. I was gonna look up Zechariah, which I think I don't know if I pulled anything up. All right, so what's going on in the chat? David at D Live, Job 26:7. I'll go right there. I think 14 or 15 are possible to have. 14. The gospel will be preached. I just don't agree with that. I don't think that the whole world has heard the gospel because there's certain languages we don't even know on this planet. Preached. Not the truth of God being revealed to the hearts of man. Hypothetically, I guess you could say that an angel could have visited certain people. I get that, but it would be the exception to the rule. It's fine. Signs in the heavens, I don't know. I think it's going to be a little more intense than it already has been. Okay, that's just me. But Alaire, internet is folding. That sounds terrible. Um, I'll make sure to remember Job 26:7. Black's Law. I don't know what Black's Law means. Yep, Webster was pretty legendary. He kept it simple. Yep. I hear you. I just think they rejected it. Okay, so you think that the Sentinelese people heard the gospel maybe even 1,000 years ago before they moved to that crazy island. They rejected it. So how have the people on the Sentinelese island 1,000 years later heard the gospel if all their people rejected it? That's kind of my main point. Um, a millennial fool pre-tourist is the most boring. Yeah, and some argue heretical, but I try not to. I try not to throw those arrows unless I'm 100% confident. But anyway, let's go to for kicks and giggles. We've got 13 people here. It was at 20. It was down to 8. These numbers bounce all over the place. I don't understand it. Whatever. Go to Zechariah 12:3. Wait, no, we won't. We're going to go to Job 26:7. This is going to be hard as all get out. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to go to old Job, and then we're going to go to Control 27. Yeah, I was hoping it would just kind of, but it's starting at 1, so if I click, how does the number 20, oh, because of the number of verses that start with the number 27. It's okay. It's fine. Everything is perfectly fine. This is, I know, the least efficient possible way, but I like the cleanliness of this PDF. That's why I use it, and it's fine. And I bet you there we go. I forgot I could just do the arrows. I think I did that before. Okay, 27. No, it was 26. Well, we'll bump back. 26:7. Okay. It's like, why does he say 27? All right. The shades of the dead tremble underneath the waters, and their inhabitants. Sheol, the place of the dead, is naked before God, and Abaddon, the place of destruction, has no covering from his eyes. Abaddon. Interesting. So, David at D Live, if you're still here, are you wanting me to? Black's Law is a dictionary of legalese. Gotcha. I might have heard about it. Oh, I still didn't even get to verse 7 because I'm being autistic or something. He it is who spreads out the northern skies over emptiness and hangs the earth upon or over nothing. Which, in my opinion, is different than outer space. See, because here, I'll bump this. Um, what is going on? So, in my opinion, space is only relevant if there is another object between point A and point B. If there is no object between point A and it, or rather, if there is no point B, so you've got the bottom of, you know, the Earth, bottom of the Earth, and there is literally no objects forever and ever and ever and ever and ever below the plane of Earth. If there's nothing, then there's nothing. There's not particles of atmosphere. There's not uh, space dust. There's not light photons. There's not anything. It is devoid of existence, hangs it over nothing. So it's not like something, it's the opposite of something. And for some of you, that might make perfect sense. But there is this group of people, they're called the Flat Earth Society. They are a disinformation group. Um, they're a group of disinformation people. And they suggest that there is a pizza Earth accelerating upwards at 9.8 meters a second through infinite space. Not what the Bible says. They're a disinformation group. If you read an article about the flat Earth, you're trying to look into it, and you see anything that says Flat Earth Society, you can guarantee that it is associated with disinformation. This is confirmed. It's swept under the rug pretty well, though. Omalive, Black's Law, multitasking, double slit. If you want to talk about quantum, I have some theories about the double slit experiment nose job. It's I have some theories. Rather, I have some hypotheses. Yeah, they probably are Freemasons, unless you know for like. It does not surprise me. I wouldn't argue that at all. Um, I don't believe in space except for the inside the realms. 26/7. 26. Yeah. 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 Thanks, David at DLive. Um, yeah. As for how the stars are placed within the within or above the firmament, I don't know the exact precise. Um, my hip is hurting because I'm an old man. I don't know the precise mechanics of how all that stuff works. I also some people theorize that meteorites might be busting through the firmament I think that's a little retarded. I don't have any reason to. I don't know how big the firmament, how tall up it is. I don't know anything about that. Um, so if it's, several thousand miles or several tens of thousands of miles or hundreds of thousands of miles, it's fine. I they think that they've hit, some rockets have hit the firmament. I'm not convinced. Um, I know what the Bible says about it being a terrible crystal or like the terrible crystal. Did some word study on that. I thought that was very fascinating. Um, Matthew, you know, Matthew was being real hardcore. There's some good verses in Matthew. I tell you what, Matthew chapter 5 is legit. Um, Man, it was Jesus. It's pretty much the best of the best. It's an understatement, guys. Chill out. There is a word for the opposite of hyperbole, though. I forget what that word is. It's a pretty cool word. I wanted to do a Zechariah 12:3 commentary. Where is that? It's a really good commentary website. Let me see if I've got it in my bookmarks. JesusIsSavior.com. Maybe that one. Let me see. I'll go there and we'll find out. No, it's not that website. That website's pretty legit, but um, knowing, I think the Knowing Jesus website might. No, I had this really good website a while back that had just awesome resources for commentaries. And now I've forgotten the website because this was back when I was using my other computer back in the summer. Um, so I lost all my, well, not lost, they're just buried in a computer I haven't turned on in almost 6 months. Anti-sodomy bear, welcome, always welcome. Midstream, looking forward to going back and listening. It's all good, man. Just chilling tonight. Um, yeah, of course, you're very welcome. Um, let's see. We'll go to just pull up a search. 12:3 commentary. Studylight.org. That was the one. I knew I'd find it again. Studylight.org is a great website if you're looking up commentaries. Um, let's see. Kaufman's, John Gill's. Yeah, we'll read. Wait, let me see. Adapted for the computer, all rights reserved. Oh, does that mean? It means I can't. All rights reserved means I can't just. If these guys are commentating on the Bible and I'm just wanting to talk about it and they think that they wrote something of value regarding the Bible to help people better understand the Bible, why wouldn't they be like, because they want you to buy their book? I get it, but just like, let's see. These files are public domain. All right, so Wesley's. Oh, because he wrote like 2 sentences and it's in the public domain? Thanks. Are you kidding me? Calvin. public domain. So Calvin, well, I guess that's what we'll have to read, huh? See if I can zoom in. I've got to blow this up pretty big. Alrighty. All right, what's happening? Um, jumping at Matthew Henry has a great commentary. Yeah, Matthew Henry's is really big. There's several that do the whole Bible. I tune out when they add words. Not sure I understand what that means. All right, let's continue. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Tower Bear. Thank you, Bathory. I didn't see the lemons, but thank you. I was going hard with the lemons tonight. Basically, um, when there's folks like Sing Along Bear, I'm gonna just give it to people that really are doing awesome things. And as you guys may or may not know, um, Nathaniel Slattery Bear, I'm just saying his bear name to protect his identity. Um, but yes, Nathaniel Slattery Bear, Singlong Bear's husband, is epic and started a publishing company, of which I really look forward to, uh, Lord willing, contributing to, not necessarily personally, but you know, possibly my spouse. I have some ideas regarding children's books. I've had several inspirational ideas, and then of course there's the thing you guys already heard me talking about regarding a pictorial representation of the gospel and the story of God, um, which is just a very difficult endeavor. But I actually have a non-religious children's book idea, of which I am not qualified to to accomplish, but I believe it's an awesome idea, and it would make a very typically known as boring topic exciting. I I've been thinking about this for many years, and I'm not just going to tell you what it is. I'm going to talk to Nathaniel Slattery Bear first. Again, concealing identity. You know, anonymity is important. You guys know that where's this? Yeah, I mean, I have my name where, well, yeah, I can't make my mouse go over there, but I have my name on almost every single stream. Speaking of anonymity. But yeah, let's do a little bit of this. Um, but yeah, I was just talking about the lemons. So whatever you guys give me, it's just going to be currency for me to go share with certain other bears that I think really um, deserve the support. And then, you know, support the things that you care about. You get it. Um, what's going on? What's much of this? Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about like. I have 3 kids, by the way. Nose job here. We have lots of fun, but I'm also pretty intense a lot. Um, but yeah, I have 3. One's about to be 4, and then a 7 and 8. Just hurts my head to think about their ages. Um, but just because I can't personally deliver, like do a kids show and like whatever, um, doesn't mean that I don't have some good ideas for kids stuff. And the kids idea I have is specifically excellent for middle and high school ages. So that's what I mean by kids. this is an epic idea, but I'm going to share it with specifically with Robert Pearson. And oh wow, thank you, anti stop me bear. I appreciate that. Um, thank you very much. It's epic, very epic. Thank you very much. So anyway, I'm going to share it with Robert Pearson and Nathaniel Slattery Bear first. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Zechariah 12:3. One resource specifically states that all the nations of the earth will gather against Israel. And I read that. Whoa, I didn't mean to click that. It just pulls up the whole thing. So that I read that and I was like, oh, that's fascinating. And then I told you guys my theory about what it would take for all the nations of the. I didn't mean to click that, but that's probably just fine. Yeah, that's just fine. Yeah, we're fine. I really love reading the Hebrew and Greek. It's just really nice to be able to just read a different language. It just it just is. All right. So verse 3, Zechariah 12:3. Let's pull it up. We'll read it in the Amplified real quick. Oh yeah. Whoops. All right, there we go. And in that day I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all peoples. All who lift it or burden themselves with it shall be sorely wounded, and all the nations of the earth shall come and gather together against it. I mean, this is a massive verse of support. Um, about to make Jerusalem a cup or a bowl of reeling to all the peoples round about. And in the siege against Jerusalem, there will also be a siege against and upon Judah. Yeah. All right. So let's see what this dude had to say. Break it down a little bit. Zechariah adds here another metaphor, which is very apposite. I don't even know what that word means. Apposite, 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 apposite. I have no idea. Not a clue. I really don't know what that word means because all I can think of is opposite. But um, it's fine. Why do I get these retarded? What does that have to do with anything? All right. Suitable, well adapted, pertinent, relevant. Okay, fine. Relevant, which is very relevant. Thanks, Calvin. Thanks a lot. Um, for when the ungodly made war against the holy city, the object was not to reduce it only to subjection, or to impose a tribute or a tax, or simply to rule over it. What then? To cut it off entirely and obliterate its name. Since then, such a cruelty would investigate. I'm assuming this was actually written before 1942. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm thinking this is probably written before 1942. 42, right, guys? Or was it 47? Again, not the history guy. And yes, the topic that the kids' book, it's a history thing. And it's an epic idea. I've never heard of anything like it. He's dropping hints. Write them down. You'll figure it out eventually. Don't do it. Don't write it down. Don't do it. Since then, such a cruelty would instigate enemies to assail the holy city. The prophet here interposes and declares that it would be to them a most burdensome stone. He thus compares the enemies of Jerusalem to a man who attempts to take up a stone when he is too weak to do so. He then injures his own strength, for when a man tries to do what is too much for him, he loosens some of his joints or breaks his sinews. The prophet then means that though many nations conspired against Jerusalem and made every effort to overthrow it, they should yet at length find it to be a weight far too heavy for them. Okay, they should therefore break or lacerate their own arms, for their sinews would be broken by overexertion. And this is really intense, Mr. Calvin. Some explain the last clause more frigidly. I'm tearing, he will be torn. In tearing, he will be torn. As when any one takes up a rough stone, he tears his own hands. But the prophet, I have no doubt, meant to set forth something more serious, and each clause would thus correspond much better. For as we have said, the object of the ungodly was to remove Jerusalem, so as not to leave a stone upon a stone. But God declares here that it would be too heavy a burden. Very interesting, guys. So that they would find their own strength broken in attempting inconsiderately to remove what could not be transferred from its own place. Now, the reason for this prophecy is because God was the founder of Jerusalem, as it is said. Its foundations are in the holy mountains. Love does the Lord, the gates of Zion. And again, it is said, Jehovah is, or Yahweh is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. We must also remember what we have observed in the last verse, for though the heavens are in continual motion, the heavens, not the earth, yet they retain their positions and do not fall into disorder. But were the heavens and the earth blended together, still Jerusalem, founded by God's hand and exempt from the common lot of men, and whose condition was peculiar, would remain firm and unchangeable. We hence see why the prophet says that there would be no other issue to the ungodly while attempting to overthrow Jerusalem than to wound and tear themselves. He then adds, and assemble against them shall all nations. David at D Live, thank you very much. Appreciate you. This, as we have said, was added in order to show that though enemies flocked together from every quarter, God would be superior to them. This clause then contains an amplification to encourage the faithful to continue in their hopes with invincible constancy. Though they saw themselves surrounded by the hosts of enemies, it afterwards follows, all her lifters cut they shall be cut, or wounded they shall be wounded. And it shall be in that day that I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone to all the nations, all her lifters wounded they shall be wounded, when gathered against her shall be all the people of the land. Interesting. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth here. Something I can't unpack in one night. Um, Anti sodomy bear. I see that you had to leave. It's all good. Have a good evening. I see that several people just got bored to tears. Half, precisely half of you. Well, not you that are here, but half of the people that were here could not stand the extremely thick. Well, actually, no, it's gravy. Is it just biscuits? I don't think it's just biscuits. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let's go back to some of these heaven verses. There was somebody that posted, is there another Bible verse to look up? Job 26:7. Did I thought I read, didn't I read Job 26:7? Sure. Yeah, of course I did. I read Job, right? Why don't I remember this though? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Wow. Yeah, I remember again. Because Job talks about the earth a couple of times. He also, spreads out, hangs the earth over nothing, yeah. But then he also holds the waters bound in his clouds, which otherwise would spill on the earth all at once, and the cloud is not rent under them. Yeah, yeah. Covers the face of his throne and spreads over it his cloud. Interesting. Oh, let's just read some of this. This is some gravy. This is nice gravy and biscuits. Let's just read some of this. Job was Job was a Job was the man, guys. This is good stuff right here. Just love reading the Bible. When all else fails, and before all else fails, just read the Bible. Um, let's see here. All right. How you have helped him who is without power. How you have sustained the arm that is without strength. How you have counseled him who has no wisdom, and how plentifully you have declared to him sound knowledge. With whose assistance have you uttered these words? And whose spirit inspired what came forth from you? The shades of the dead tremble underneath the waters, and their inhabitants. Let's just let that verse rest. I know I read it before. I get it, but let's just let that verse rest for a moment. In fact, let's look that up. 26:5. Of course, I wanted to do both of those typos. It's all good. Cool. Dead things are formed from under the waters and the inhabitants thereof. Hmm. That's it. Just Haraphaim Yeholalu. Yeholalu. Okay. Mita Mitachat Mayam Vashabanehem. Vasho. Sorry. Vashobanehem. Vashobanehem. Where's that word? Oh, here. Wait, no. Where's where is Vashobanehem in the interlinear? Where is this word? There. I'm just curious. It's gonna pull up a bunch of Hebrew websites. I just want can I get a Hebrew dictionary or something? Vashobanehem? Anybody? The Westminster Leningrad Codex. No, no. No, I just want to know. I don't know that word. Here, maybe. Wait, can I do that? Is that how this works? That's a different. Yeah, it's a different verse. I just want a dictionary. Maybe try this out. I don't know. Maybe Vashobaneum. Okay, they're neighbors, which is how it was translated, I guess, right? I just don't understand. Oh, it's because I'm being retarded, or I guess that's a cove. Why did I read a bait? Help me, guys. Why? Uh, this is my fault. This is what happens when you don't. Oh, yeah, I haven't seen those in a while. I forgot about those. Why did I forget? Why did I think that that was a bait? Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Um, yeah, but yeah, let's go back to just reading English. I just wanted to look at um, dead things are formed under the water. This is just weird. And the inhabitants thereof. I mean, what in the world is this talking about? It's really weird. Oh, it's just really weird. The shades of the dead, according to the Amplified. But when we look at the blue letter, the dead things are formed from under the waters and the inhabitants thereof, according to King James. That is just fascinating stuff. That's why it's nice to read more than one version, guys, and to just do when you here. You see, I'm reading the King James version. I mean the amplified version. But if I have a question, if something doesn't make sense to me, you go back to the original language. That's how you do it. You read the version you want to read for the most part, and then when you have questions, go back to the original language. That's my advice. It's, it's fine. Everything is fine. All right. Sheol, the place of the dead, is naked before God, and Abaddon, the place of destruction, has no covering from his eyes. I do want to look at that. Um, I do want to look at that because, um, so let's look at this word here. I want to better understand abstract, a perishing, concrete, abyss. Yeah, Abaddon is the abyss. Um, is there more? That's it. Place of destruction, abyss. Hmm. Uh, I have to look into that later. It's all good. I'll keep rolling. He, sorry, he it is who spreads out the northern skies over emptiness and hangs the earth upon or over nothing. He holds the waters bound in his clouds, which otherwise would spill on the earth all at once, and the cloud is not rent under them. He covers the face of his throne and spreads over it his cloud. He has placed an enclosing limit. The horizon upon the waters at the boundary between light and darkness. This is interesting, guys. There's a boundary upon the waters between light and darkness. The pillars of the heavens tremble and are astonished at his rebuke. He stills or stirs up the sea by his power. So why does the ocean move? And by his understanding he smites proud Rahab. By his breath the heavens are garnished. His hand pierced the swiftly fleeing serpent. Yet these are but a small part of his doings, the outskirts of his ways, or the mere fringes of his force, the faintest whisper of his voice. Who dares contemplate, or who can understand the thunders of his full magnificent power? Yeah, Job's got some epic stuff. All right, let's do this here. See what else I can pull up. Um, just checking things out. Um, see if I have any memorific stuff I could share with you. Some of you may have seen this picture before, but I'll share this this gravy with you. I will share this gravy with you. Boom. Here's some gravy. There we go. Okay, we'll take this off for just a moment. What's causing this? The top-down shadow during daytime morning when the sun is above the horizon. Put that back. I'll just do this. There. It's fine. You can see it just fine. Okay. So, what's that about? The sun, as you can see, based on the reflection here, reflection, okay, is back, back this way, above the horizon. It's a little bit of a riddle, huh? Anybody? Little bit of a riddle. I tell you what. Let's see if I can find some more. I thought this was actually pretty fascinating. Um, this was pretty fascinating. We'll do this one. So you can't prove stellar parallax because it's just space is just too big. Okay, they're just too far away. It's too big. You can't. Oh, so now a plane is crashing into Kazakhstan with 100 passengers. Okay. Uh, you can't prove the curvature of the Earth because it's just too big. You can't prove the spinning motion because it's just too big. Um, you can't prove observable satellites because it's just too big. Uh, you can't prove a molten core. You can't drill to the center of it because it's just too big. You can't prove the center of gravity, uh, again, because it's just too big. You can't prove water sticks to a ball because the Earth is just too big, and in order to prove it, you'd have to make a scale, like a model of the Earth the same size. It's just Earth is too big. You can't prove globe pics from space because the Earth is just too big. I actually really liked that meme. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Not bad at all. Let's see. Was there anything else? Let me see here. Uh, I think I think everybody left. Yeah. Okay. Um, click out of that. I don't think I need. What was I about to do? I was about to do something. I was going to look. Oh yeah. We'll just memeify here for a little bit, unless somebody has a good question. Let's look at this. Um, oh, here you go. This was, I did not make this, but this was my idea. A buddy of mine made this for me. As you know, with GIFs, I wish I could zoom in. I can't zoom in. Whoops. I definitely didn't want to do that. My apologies to that customer. Whoopsie. Whoopsie doopsie. It doesn't mean anything to anybody, more than likely though. So I'll try and do some voiceover. Okay. I proved the globe and sorry, I messed it all up. Thanks, Recycle Bear. Welcome. All right, here we go. See, I'd prove the globe again in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. See, I'd prove the globe again in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have that technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology. It's a painful process to build it back again. Anyway, um, I came up with that idea. I thought it was historical. Um, seriously, I thought that was pretty funny. Um, it's not going to be funny for everybody. Can anybody explain this to me? This really blows my mind. I'm confused. Like, I'm really confused. I kind of understand what's going on. Like, I think that the argument is that as the slinky is falling, it's pulling upwards while also falling. But something I've talked about this before. I think I've shown you this GIF before. Something about it doesn't add up. It it's just so confusing. I can't seem to make sense of it, guys. I really can't. It's just mind-boggling. Let's see here. I am going to copy. Actually, I'm going to cut these and paste them all here. And then I'm going to X out of that. And cut. Then we're going to go into my big folder. I've been saving some memes for such a moment as this. I don't think I showed you guys this. I made that. I know you guys saw the stream, um, but I know it's a slinky spring. Like I know that part, but I just don't understand why it doesn't all fall together. It hurts my brain because of preconceived notions about gravity that continue to be dismantled. Every day I learn more about the world we live in. But anyway, guys, I made this. I made this. As you can see, that's me wearing my awesome Save the Baby Humans shirt. Um, you saw the videos. Well, some of you may have seen the videos when I was streaming on YouTube, um, making this, right? Uh, I do know that this is this is my first. I have other wood. I have the blue pine, but I also have some other stained wood that's going to be super beautiful. I can do your name right here. Doesn't have to say coffee. In fact, I think that I can run, it would be tight, but I think I can fit 2 lines. Um, but anyway, I I would love to make more of these for people that want them. It, you know, you may know that it wouldn't be free. How dare you? How dare you? I mean, it's whatever. If you're not interested, you're not interested. It doesn't matter. But anyway, if you do like the idea, this is a mug holder. It holds mugs, and it's a useful tool. Or make your own. I mean, feel free. Just I'll tell you how to do it. It's relatively simple. Doesn't require very many tools. I could be happy to show you how to make your own. It'd be cheaper than me making it and shipping it to you. So anyway, I just figured I'd share that because it's good stuff. Let's see here. I haven't showed this meme in a minute. Well, sure. We like memes. Doesn't everybody like memes? No, not everybody likes memes. So there's that. Let's see here. Um, this is an important one to remember. Obey. Let's see. Um, So you don't understand springs. Nose job barrier. Okay, let me just explain. Why doesn't it fall all at the same time? Why, when he releases it, does the whole thing not contract and fall at the same time? Why does the bottom of the spring stay in the exact same spot the entire time? It doesn't move until the top reaches the bottom. Is that, am I the only one that doesn't make sense? I mean, something about that is just really strange. Oh, here's some super gravy. We'll go on to some other gravy. This is pretty serious gravy. It draws to itself at a rate faster than fall speed. It it doesn't move. It's not, I mean, it's not going at like the speed of sound. Like 9.8 meters per just the bottom doesn't even move. Something about that is strange. That's all I'm trying to say. Um, it's fine. I see it in the video. I could try it myself. I just don't understand how to explain that. The the bottom doesn't, it moves left to right, but it doesn't move down. It doesn't move down until he releases. I mean, until it gets to the top. It's moving. Look, we'll we'll we'll, we'll do the pixel. I wish I could zoom in, but all right. Look, right there. It does. It's moving right to left. It doesn't move. Right there. It's moving right to left. It doesn't even fall until the top hits the bottom, and it should start to fall, regardless of the contracting speed. It should start to fall. You can watch this guy's head move. I know not a lot of time is passing, but I mean, all in all, right? That's like 1.5 seconds, maybe. It doesn't fall until the top reaches the bottom. That's confusing to me. It, I kind of get it, but I just kind of don't at the same time. So let's move on to other gravy. Um, I know about slinkies, bro. I get it. Um, he's saying that the footage is edited. I don't think he's saying that's what they do. It looks very strange. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I don't think it's edited at all. Of course. Cold as ice bear, welcome. Long time no see. By the way, you just reminded me. Recycled bear. I've known you for like a year, obviously. Um, you know. Um, anyway, I just figured you've been around for a really long time. All right, more gravy.
I took this from my work. This is the actual technology that we have. From the 2006, 2007. We can, now, not now in our days. I mean, from that time to our days. Uh,
So, you know, 2006, 2007 CGI.
we have the virtual reality go really beyond
Just
the
look up
the,
here.
the you know the regular
You see this?
imagination, because with just one green screen you can fake wherever you want because it's connecting
Look
from
at the
the
reflectivity.
um, camera and the space position into real life of the camera. So anything you see here is totally virtual, even the reflections, the ambient occlusions, the refractions.
This is
It's
13-year-old
all being
technology,
done in
guys.
real time. Even the chroma key into that finest uh, hair. Of course,
Wow.
when you come, yeah, look, this is real glass, real uh, glass being pick up the
He's
virtual
right. I mean, this is
environment
this is really
with
intense.
reflection, refraction, all in real time, all in real time.
13 years ago, guys.
And this is just,
I was still in
this is
college.
system that cost only $50,000. I mean, how many of these NASA can buy it in one day?
Jeez. Thousands.
This
Exactly.
this all
They
of
they
this.
use you know
Look at these
distance
pots.
quality. For example, when you see from the distance, you see like just a simple wall without any
Reflection,
details. But if the
reflection.
camera make a first plane or zoom on it, you can see the details
All fake.
in that uh, white plane. You can see
Right
anisotropic
here.
refractions
You can see here
in
off of the
the metal
stovetop,
object.
obviously there,
So explain to
left
people
and
what is
right,
real and what isn't real in this image.
and then down here.
The only real is the guy.
Wow.
Yeah, the object in
All
front of
the
him.
that you think is just is this setup, is
Mm-hmm.
this green screen.
Right.
Here you can see in the monitor. Not
It's
just
intense,
only that.
guys.
For example, and I
I don't
use
know if
the
I don't know if you guys have seen this before. Let me just check the comments, make sure. Uh, drop a magnet through a copper tube. Okay. Um, is that Iru? I don't know. I don't know what Iru is. Is that Iru talking? Maybe nose job if you know the guy. Um, it might be him. I don't know. I got this video um, from some friends on the Flat Earth Discord. Um, the magnet slows down instead of dropping fast. Okay, well, that makes sense. Anyway,
one of the best render engines, which called Octane Render. And the
Octane.
Octane Render is
Octane Render is the
render
software.
engine for computer graphic that is only about $400. And you can see here uh, when you combine real actors and some of real objects in totally virtual environment, picking up the shadows, the reflection,
The stuff,
of course, the
guys.
movement of the camera. Uh, I mean,
Unbelievable.
if you if you change this
This
for
is this is
space
amazing.
environment, you
Yep.
have the same interaction. I mean, you are not going to be able to detect.
So again, people can believe what they want, but when you look at the kind of footage that we saw in the 80s of space, late 70s,
Yeah,
80s, 90s, as
It's
Eero
kind of a
says,
long
if you want to
video,
believe this
but
shit, go ahead.
exactly. Look at this. I mean, it's amazing the quality of this is real time processing. I mean, this is rendering
you
in
see
real
as
time
he
with
pans
two
around,
CPU cards only two CPU cards.
Right, and they say, "Oh, look at we can see these guys on the ISS. They're doing a
360.
360. The
Yeah.
camera's going around them on the ISS. It must be real, Hiro. Must be
It
real."
must
Eru,
be
yeah.
real.
So there you go.
Yeah,
It's
in fact, it's
I don't
not just that.
so I don't know if I don't know who Iru is or Eru. Um, Nose Job Bear, but if you know who that is, does he have a YouTube channel? And if so, go ahead and subscribe to him. I don't want him to be mad at me for sharing his video. Usually, people that care about the truth aren't upset about it being spread around. Um, That's why their hair doesn't move. Okay. But yeah, Phil, I don't post. Who is this nose job there? Just say what his YouTube channel's name is, if you know it, or D Live or whatever he's on.
Even here, because at least
Look at this,
in this part of
just a
the
green
video
box.
he sit on real chair, but then he's going to sit on this green box, and in fact he's sitting on the couch and he
Yeah,
interacts with the coach, for example. I mean,
Wow.
this is our technology, and when you translate this, it's not just the video, it's also the effects of they are being used. Sorry, I have the first PowerPoint crash because the document that that I'm using is about
Indecipherable.
just go forward.
exactly. Exactly. And here you can see the same effects that NASA been used in the modern ISS footage as
Right.
this system provide. And I mean, you're gonna see in a moment. I don't want to scrap the video because that is when
Yeah.
you have the problems. Let
Don't
me
mess
just
with it.
So
yeah,
watch
exactly, man.
again. This is all
I
green
don't want
I
to
mean,
screen.
look at that
highlight the
with
NASA
the faucet
live
in front
footage.
of him, with the reflections and the pans.
Yeah, this is the time of effects that they use, when they pop up these tiny demons in space. And also this one, you remember the guy
This is an
that
important
make
spot.
like a backflip and go into the wall and is vanishing?
Yep.
Well, when you have these kind of setups, you provide to the computer the measurements and the limits that you want to the real actor interacts. So you can have, for example, just this
Anybody that
part
has
that I
curiosities about the
delimited with the
International Space
mouse
Station
movement
that's still
into
here,
the real studio,
that's what this is
but
talking
you
about.
want to make the belief of the people that the studio is more
This
big, so
lighting.
you have this other part of the image that provide you a wide angle view,
Mm-hmm.
Now
but your
he
studio
looks
is small,
weird, but
so you can
the background
just
looks more
set up
real than he
an
looks.
automatic fade
That's the
like that
weird
one,
part. Here it is.
for example,
You see that?
in real time, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you see the fade, fade,
Which they make.
fade. And this right here is he's explaining this phenomenon right there.
They have used also the exact same kind of thing, 16 years ago on September 11th.
Could be, exactly. So
17 years
here
ago. Sorry.
you can see how deep this technology goes. Just let me finish the videos of the people.
No problem. Wow.
This
Can
Look at the
see,
globe.
reflection in the. Unbelievable.
yeah, like the water, like the bubbles in space. And here, you can see
Look at this
contact
stove.
shadows, for example.
It's not even there.
Wow.
And
That's
remember,
flat.
this is all green screen. And the software that allow you to make that real-time green screen process is only $140.
It's amazing. He's on
So
Globebusters a
And you
lot
I mean,
said
now.
and
Oh,
you said
okay,
the other
cool,
one
cool,
was
cool.
only
I have
what
to
was the
talk to him
expensive
sometime
one?
then.
the expensive one is when you buy the camera and the computer.
All right, cold as ice. You said you were talking to your son about plate tectonics. Um, only 140. Oh yeah, no, this technology is 13 years old that he's referring to, and it's real time, and it's cheap, and NASA could afford hundreds of thousands of these software, like, and what that means is hundreds of times more advanced than even what these guys have commercially available. That's the point. He is a workhorse and brilliant. Very cool. Yeah, he appears to be. I don't know what the plate tectonics thing is all about. Wait, you'll see the work on supercooled gases he's doing. Yeah, I'll check it out.
computer and the 3D software, which is about $15,000. 50, yeah. I mean, you can go to the web page, which called
So he was saying 50K for all the cameras and all that stuff too.
this is the brand. This is O Reality, and this is for from 2016.
Right.
So you and
So
it's
for
commercial, it's out there. I mean,
Okay, 3 years.
50,000 with NASA's 53 million, that means they could purchase 1,000 of that program in one day. I mean,
yeah,
could,
exactly.
I mean, really, it would be, it would leave them with 52,999,000. Some 950,000. So.
Exactly. That is why when you see lot footage, this is from the 2006, you can clearly see that the green screen computation is not the same in our days. So that you have this guy totally red without, all the border of the image is being pixelated. You can clearly see if you are a guy who comes from the
Yeah,
computer graphic industry, you immediately going to detect that this is a bad chroma key or a good chroma key at that time. But in our days, you
yeah.
can clearly see how the motion blurs and everything else is
Wow.
just,
So he's learned English
it's
really quickly.
totally,
That's cool.
Crap.
it's a totally crap. Right? Exactly. So
But they're getting better.
they're getting better. I took this video from one of your videos, but for me it's really, for illustrate that the people that they can delete in real time wires and objects and wherever they need, because you can do it in your own, tablet.
You can do this now with your iPhone.
Exactly.
Yep.
So you must be understand that when we're talking about this level of layers,
56
they have,
inch TV
you
for
know,
3.
the
I
people out
know.
there.
There you go,
I
cold as
remember
ice.
when,
I know.
there was commercial
I know
pen
exactly what you
drives
mean.
about 4 GB, and the people get crazy. But they have in stock like the pen drive that store, 200 GB.
There's a lot of
And
weird stuff.
you know what I'm trying to say. I mean, the technology that
Right.
they release commercial is beyond the technology, is below the technology that they have in develop.
Right. Yeah.
So this is
Whatever we have now, they had, better than we have now, 15, 20 years ago.
exactly, this is just student projects that they
Nobody knows
interact
what that guy
with
was
a
doing.
webcam. The webcam detects, make a depth map, and they can interact with virtual object. And this is a school project make with a webcam in
Yeah.
2012, 2008.
Man.
So when I see this kind of
such a weird
errors,
such a weird video, guys.
or when you see the astronaut interacting with object, I don't say that this is the process, but it's so easy to do, in real time.
Well, when you have
And
when you have people to do it, when you have money to pay them, when you've got time in that.
There's some stuff about pockets of gravity. Um, do you guys want me to continue um, on this video? Because I don't need to finish this necessarily. It's already got through the good part. Um, the numbers have been all over the place tonight. We went all over the place. My topics have been just as all over the place as the numbers of people that have been in and out. So, yeehaw, right? Um, but yeah, the NASA stuff. This is a weird image. It's weird. Um, if you guys know anybody that can do 3D 3D modeling, um, I would love a 3D model of the United Nations Earth. Um, and I want to make I want to send it to my guy a friend I have in India. Um, I want to send it to him and get them made from like brass or cast iron or cast bronze or cast. I don't know if he does bronze or I know he does brass. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think it's the 8. Let me hear. We'll see. Let's see. Whoops. Ugh, hitting buttons. No, not interesting. As mother contestant. Yeah, maybe. Is that the one? That's the one. This is hilarious, by the way. This here. Ha ha ha. This is a big LOL. Um, thank you, yeah, AE. I just didn't realize that that was the yeah. A 3D model and just, like just not incredibly deep, maybe a quarter of an inch for the Himalayas. Um, I don't know, half an inch, quarter of an inch, something with a little bit of depth. But you know, like in here where that would be. So if anybody knows how to do that, um, I would really like that, and then I could get them made and then sell them to anybody that wants them at like maybe like a dollar or two extra to just cover the process, my gas to go. Well, I'd probably just walk to the stupid post office right here, but you guys get it. Anyway, it's just something that was on my mind, and I have a metal guy in India that can make the like just anything that I ask for, basically. I just need the 3D model first, so that would be really cool. Yeah, I know you could do it with a CNC, but it's not the same as cast metal. Um, do they have them in like bronze? Um, AE map cast metal. I didn't think that they already existed. We'll check. We'll check it out. AE Earth. I'll add the Earth keyword, right? Um, yeah, I don't know, guys. This Nathan Oakley. Yeah, maybe he does. I've actually still don't know how to find his channel. I don't watch any of these other people. These um these other flat Earth people. I haven't really seen any of them really. Let's go. It's not Iceland, but I'd settle for any hotel room. Wow. Give me just a moment, my friends. Menominee. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Um. Yeah. CNC routers are kind of pricey, as far as I understand it. I wanted to look at Etsy, but I'm trying to. I like to avoid any unnecessary nonsense. So let's see. AE map metal. I'll just not even use the word cast. AE map metal. Okay, so here, well, I'll let you see what I'm looking at here. So you got these. That's pretty cool, actually. It's not the AE. Um, that's cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. It's nice. I mean, I definitely like the style. Um, do I need to type in the actual azimuthal thing? Is that what's going to be necessary? Ugh. Ugh. Oh, why does it? This ridiculous as all get out. Okay. See, it just doesn't even exist. That's what I'm telling you. I mean, the other thing that doesn't exist, legit, there's no flat Earth snow globe. Like, I want to make that so bad, but because I know I would sell thousands, tens of thousands even, but I don't have any. You guys, whoever's listening, what, 10 people listening to this, have at it, toss me a bone if you make millions or even thousands, you can toss me a bone if you want, finder's fee, but it doesn't matter. Just do it because it's hilarious and awesome. And by hilarious, I mean um, stick it to the man hilarious. I don't mean hilarious in the other way. It's just whatever. Stick it to the man. Like it's hilarious to have something like that on a corporate desk because if you're like in business, like corporate America, and you have something like that on your desk, people would be like, "Bro, what's that?" You'd be like, "What? That's the map. The United Nations map. Azimuthal equidistant projection. Just looks a lot like the whole flat Earth thing. Oh, does it? I didn't notice. That's I don't know. I think that's hilarious. Equidistant metal. Make the flakes little space. Oh, that's funny, dude. I'm telling you, the flat Earth snow globe is a money maker. And if I had the ability, there's somebody had the idea, and it's plastered all over the internet. But um, oh my gosh, my wife is being silly. I love her all the way. What in the world is that? What is that? What is that? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. It's like wow, wow. Um, yeah, that's hilarious. Kind of cool. How far away? distance. Give me just a moment. Oh, well, it's not that bad. Oh, all right. Sorry, guys. What is happening in this world? It just doesn't exist. Is the main point, guys. And both of these things I think ought to. In fact, technically, I feel like I could blend the two. The one, well, I mean, water and iron, those two don't mix very well. But if it was brass and water, and you made the snow globe from the brass, I don't know. I don't know the first thing about how to seal, and the the snow globe would need to be just all plastic and stuff so that it would just preserve its appearance and be cheaper, right? The metal, the cast brass or bronze or iron or whatever, that would be a little bit, nicer, maybe like a $15 to $25. But the snow globe would be more like a you know, $8 to $15 range. I feel like you could get those made for probably three, just like a 4-inch diameter or something like that. Um, anyway, I don't know. What is this? Nyraland Forum. It's not associated with the Flat Earth Society, so far as I can tell. Some kind of forum. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of that stuff. Um, let me check out comments, guys. Sorry about all that. Good call. There are a bunch of metal guys I know around here. My dude is in India. No, I mean I want to give Americans jobs too. It's just my dude has become a friend. We haven't like chatted about any serious stuff, but he's a really nice guy. But we've had enough semi-personal conversations that I respect him, and you know hope that that continues to develop over the years. But may have to get that done. Lots of laser etching and cutting. Yeah, but I'm thinking cast, you know, which just requires a mold, and then it just boom, 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 boom. If you do the laser etching and or cutting method, you can do that with metal, but it takes a lot longer. Brass is cast in sand molds and think, yeah, maybe. I think that there's several materials they can do it in. Um, there's a resin, I believe, that they can do it in. Just like a flat earth map on, I know, but metal. I get it. Your dad foundry and made tools for oil riggers out of brass. Yeah. Nothing new under the sun. Maybe use the Hypuscaminia map. Few use that one. Let me look it up. Hypuscaminia excuse me, images. That's not really pulling anything up at all. I don't have a clue what that is. Hypuscaminia. I don't know. I searched for it, and that's not looking like anything to me. I don't know. maybe I'm not. I don't know. We'll look it up later. Make millions of pennies that don't exist in Canada anymore. I make millions of pennies that don't exist in Canada anymore. Interesting. Um, make the flakes. Yeah, yeah. I want one. Yeah. What song would it play? Oh, that's funny. Nose job. It's a Small World is a that's pretty funny. It's a small world. That is pretty hilarious, especially seeing as how it's associated with Disney. That is pretty funny. Um, up and up is down, left is right. Who knows? Um, I think it'd be hilarious to actually get Weird Al to license his song out for the Flat Earth Snow Globe, and it plays the song "Everything You Know Is Wrong." Um, you're thinking high quality, which would be no, bro. My dude, my dude in India. Um, I don't like the looks of that dude. He's made things for me. So, for instance, I've mentioned this before, but where is it? Where's my thing? Where is my? Oh, there it is. So, so these hooks. Okay, here I'll zoom in. These hooks right here. He he custom designed these for me based on the length that I was asking for. Um, so he also gave me a tremendous deal. He also sent me a bunch of free stuff. He sent me a bunch of brass bells um, because his warehouse, the Amazon warehouse thing, was gonna get rid of anyways. Just but he's cool. And anyway, he could make what I'm talking about, something about that big, cast in metal for uh, under $10 a piece. If I bought 50 of them, he'd probably do like $6 or $7 each. We're not talking about super thick, you know. If it's free, you're the product. What was free? What was talking about free? Yeah, I'm not talking about anything free. But anyway, trying to. Sorry, guys. What is going on with my wife is blowing up my phone. It's gonna catch on fire soon. Um, wow. Hmm. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night because I'm obviously heavily distracted and not really not got much left. So I could carve one with a Dremel maybe. Dude, that'd be pretty legendary. If you could do something like that by hand. Well, I guess it wouldn't be too. You just print out a stencil. You'd trace out the stencil. and then you Dremel it out. Yeah. Doing the topography would be the toughest thing. There's got to be probably SketchUp files. SketchUp flat file. Flat Earth model in 3D warehouse. Yeah, I bet there is. Let's check it out. No, see, it's not what I want. I want one with topography. Here, I'll show you what I'm showing. It's good. So, I mean, this is all fine and dandy, but I want one with actual topography. Let's see what this one is. Yeah. Yeah, not quite. Believe it or not, some people still believe in a flat Earth. Believe it or not. If you don't believe that people believe in a flat Earth, you're even more foolish than people that believe in flat Earth. If you don't believe that there's something up with what they say about what our Earth is, oh boy, guys. Oh boy. Tell you what. Yeah, I don't know. It would be some work, and I don't know if there's anybody that has done it. Um, just an azimuthal equidistant map with topography in a CAD file or whatever. Um, it doesn't seem like it'd be that hard, but um, anyway, you guys, it's fine. Has to be. It's not copyright. Oh yeah, I mean if it's not even copyrighted, then why not? All right. Well, anyway, Bon Bear, welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for the lemons, everybody. Um, Anti-sodomite laid down the heavy lemon. It's the first Lamborghini I ever did get, so thank you for that. Um, yeah. Good night. But it's the most important thing I could always say. Wouldn't need to be that fine. Yeah, just rough estimates as far as topography goes. Not super fine, just rough. It's all good. Love the Lord, your God, with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Thank you for the Christmas wishes and the lemons and ice creams and Lamborghini, diamond. It's all good. It's good stuff. Appreciate you. Speaking of, oh yeah, I'm already following this guy. Um, yeah. So anyway, dude, I can't wait to see it. That'd be really cool. All right. Buenos noches. Bonne nuit. Gute Nacht. I wish I could say it in German. Um, Boker Erev. That's all I've got.